Welcome to Celestial Zodiac. In this video we're exploring the difference between natal Chiron transiting Chiron, and how Chiron aspects shape your experience of this energy. Your natal Chiron represents a lifelong sensitivity, an area of your chart where you may feel more vulnerable, more aware, or more affected by certain experiences. This isn't something that simply disappears over time. Instead, it becomes something you learn to understand, work with, and gradually integrate into your life. Transiting Chiron, on the other hand, acts as a temporary activation. Transiting Chiron doesn't create a new wound. It activates something that already exists in your natal chart. This is why certain experiences feel familiar, even if the situation itself is new. The transit brings awareness to a pattern that's already there, giving you a chance to work with it differently. Chiron moves through the sky much more slowly than the personal planets, but not as slowly as the outer planets like Neptune or Pluto. It's considered a centaur body orbiting the Sun between Saturn and Uranus, and its movement is somewhat irregular because of that orbit. On average, Chiron spends about 4 to 8 years in each zodiac sign, but this can vary quite a bit depending on where it is in its cycle. In total, it takes about 50 to 51 years for Chiron to complete one full orbit through all 12 signs. Around age 50, Chiron returns to its natal position in your chart. This is known as the Chiron return, and it often marks a significant period of reflection, healing, and integration. Themes connected to your Chiron placement may come full circle, giving you a deeper understanding of your experiences and how you've grown through them. Like other outer bodies, Chiron also goes retrograde each year for several months. During these retrograde periods, the energy tends to turn inward, bringing more reflection, review, and emotional processing. When Chiron is direct, the themes may feel more external or connected to events and interactions, while retrograde motion often brings a more internal experience of those same themes. As Chiron moves through the zodiac, it forms aspects to your natal planets and points. In astrology, aspects are the angles that planets form with each other in the chart, and they describe how different energies interact. You can think of aspects as the connections between planets, showing whether those energies flow easily, create tension, or require adjustment. For example, a conjunction blends energies together. A square creates friction and challenge. A trine allows for natural flow, and an opposition brings awareness through contrast or polarity. These transits are what activate your natal Chiron themes or connect Chiron energy to other parts of your chart. For example, if transiting Chiron makes a conjunction, square, or opposition to one of your natal planets, you may notice heightened sensitivity, emotional awareness, or situations that bring old patterns back to the surface. If you'd like to learn more about aspects in detail, including how each type works and how to interpret them, be sure to check out our aspect series here on Celestial Zodiac. Because Chiron moves relatively slowly, these transits don't happen quickly. They often unfold over months or even longer, especially with retrograde motion causing repeated passes over the same degree. This is part of why Chiron experiences can feel layered and repetitive, giving you multiple opportunities to process, understand, and respond differently over time. As Chiron moves through the sky and forms aspects to your natal planets, it brings your attention back to that underlying sensitivity. This is often why old wounds seem to resurface during certain periods, even if you thought you had already moved past them. These experiences are not random or a sign that you failed to heal. They are part of a deeper process where layers of the same pattern are being brought to the surface in different ways over time. Healing with Chiron is rarely linear. You may revisit the same emotional themes multiple times, but each time with greater awareness, perspective, and the ability to respond differently than before. Chiron experiences often repeat, but not in the exact same way. Each time the theme comes up, you're usually working through a different layer of the same pattern. What once felt overwhelming may later feel more manageable, not because it disappeared, but because your awareness has changed. Chiron aspects play a major role in how this energy is experienced. While the house shows where the wound appears and the sign shows how it feels, aspects show what interacts with it. They connect Chiron to other parts of your personality, which is why some people feel their Chiron more strongly in certain areas than others. When Chiron forms aspects to your natal planets, especially your personal planets, it tends to feel deeply personal and emotionally significant. A Chiron conjunction in particular can intensify this energy, blending the wound directly with the planet it touches. For example, Chiron conjunct the Sun can affect identity and self-expression, while Chiron conjunct Mercury may influence communication and how you process your thoughts. Contacts with the Moon, Venus, and Mars often feel especially intense because they relate to your emotional responses, relationships, and personal drive. A Chiron Moon aspect may heighten emotional sensitivity and vulnerability. A Chiron Venus aspect may bring up wounds around love, connection, and self-worth, and a Chiron Mars aspect may affect confidence, action, and how you assert yourself. These aspects don't just create challenges, they amplify awareness. They bring attention to areas where something deeper is asking to be understood and integrated. Chiron aspects can be felt before they become exact and may continue after they separate, especially with slower transits. This is because the energy builds gradually, peaks, and then slowly integrates over time, rather than happening as a single moment. Over time, as you work with these patterns, the same sensitivity that once felt overwhelming can become a source of insight, empathy, and emotional strength. Chiron doesn't force healing, it creates awareness. What you do with that awareness is what changes the outcome. Over time, the goal isn't to eliminate the sensitivity, but to respond to it with more understanding, intention, and control. Thank you for watching Celestial Zodiac. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you found this video about Chiron helpful.